Rolling? Are we rolling?
Hi, welcome to another episode of Hawker vs Restaurant. I'm John.
And I'm Sophie.
And today we're going to be trying
Mac
and
Cheese.
My name is Sean.
My name is Ram.
We are the owner. We started on the 19th of November 2017.
We've always been in the F&B industry and we decided, why not open our own place instead of working for others so that we could actually do what we like.
Fat Monkeys was to bring a different kind of culture of Western cuisine into the coffee shop scene.
In our place, we actually use 3 different types of cheeses for both the mac and cheese to actually enhance the flavor.
Today we will be serving 2 different kind of mac and cheese. One is the normal one and the other one will be the fried mac and cheese itself.
So right now we're at Kovan for our very first stop. We're at a coffee shop where the famous Pongo Nasi Lemak is, and at the back there's this store called Fat Monkeys, and today we're here to try their mac and cheese. Here we have their normal mac and cheese, which is $3, but the more interesting thing is actually they have this fried mac and cheese, which is $4.
Yeah, 2 for $4.
I'm really interested to try this because I've never seen anything like this
Yeah,
before.
I've never ever seen mac and cheese like this. So let's start off with the original mac and cheese. And apparently it's 3 cheeses.
$1 for 1 cheese. Mac and cheese.
It doesn't have the crispiness top that I look for. So when I have mac and cheese, I really love to have a solid crispy top base that you can kind of crack into. It has a tanginess to it.
Yeah.
They've definitely got some seasoning though.
Oh, this is slightly spicy as well. Yeah, and that's very interesting. It's actually quite refreshing. I would compare this to Aston's mac and cheese. Yeah, but this is a lot more flavorful.
I like how there's a bit of a kick. Mac and cheese back home is just literally mac and cheese. But for this, it just gives an additional layer when you've got that slight chilliness, which I like. It gives a bit of spice.
And I like that the macaroni is cooked very well. So it's very al dente. But I think overall the dish is a little bit too salty for my liking. It's also lacking a bit of the cream. I think the creaminess is not really there. Nothing wrong with that for a simple mac and cheese. Shall we move on and try the fried one? Because I think that's going to be the knockout punch for me.
Yeah, me too. I'm so excited. Ooh, hello.
Ooh, the cheese here has the stretch that you're talking about. Oh my god.
I kind of want to use my fingers.
Go ahead. Yeah, okay, sure.
Oh, look. See?
Okay, good job. I'll do the same thing with a fork. See? I think this one, right, the crispy shell, the fried shell, right, reminds me of, McWings, they are coated in something, right? It's almost exactly the same as that. But I think same with their normal mac and cheese, right? The tanginess is very strong. That flavour is very overwhelming.
But for me, when I eat this, I just have flashbacks to my childhood. Did you ever used to watch Barney?
Oh no, yeah, Barney.
Yeah, there was this one episode, they literally sing about mac and cheese. They're like, I love pizza, I love this, but most of all, I like mac and cheese. Honestly, I swear.
But most of all, I like mac and cheese. Macaroni, mac and cheese.
It's indulgent, and I kind of want to keep eating more because it's a guilty pleasure. I think once you keep eating it, the sauce kind of gets a little bit salty.
It's very unique. I've never tried fried mac and cheese before, so it's a very interesting take on how you can reinvent the dish. I think overall the mac and cheese served here is very different from what you would expect from a normal mac and cheese in terms of the flavour. Because I think the tanginess is a little bit overwhelming for me, but I think that this is definitely worth a try. It's just very interesting. I think this is something that you would find in a hipster cafe.
And then for the price, 2 for $4.
Yeah,
why would you not want to try it?
Hi, I'm Charles from Little Diner, and we've been operating for around roughly 6 years. Our restaurant is a very casual Western dining, so a lot of food is freshly made, handmade. Try to keep the quality as good as possible, as fresh as possible. Signature dishes would be the mac and cheese, the 3 different versions, the fried chicken. The ingredients that you use are the same, but then the cooking process which how you bring out the flavor of the ingredients. That's the most important part. Get it golden brown, and that's where the flavor is from. So today I'll be serving you the old school mac and cheese and also the version 2 mac and cheese.
So now we're at Little Diner and we're going to be trying 2 out of 3 variations of mac and cheese that they have here. And they actually serve their mac and cheeses as a main dish here. So this right here is the old school mac and cheese, which is...
That's $16.50.
And then this one is version 2, which has truffle oil and mushrooms. And this goes for $20.50.
Bit more expensive. We're going to try the first mac and cheese, which is the original mac and cheese.
That tart layer of mac and cheese, that hits me the first. You know, some places they have a tendency to burn the cheese. Once it gets too burnt, it gets really, really bitter and it's terrible. But here they managed to keep it very, very consistent and perfect. Actually, I think the flavor of the breadcrumbs is very interesting. Not a lot of places have this added flavor, and that makes it very different from all the other mac and cheeses that I've tried. But at the same time, even though you do see the breadcrumbs and it does affect the flavor a lot in a good way, the texture isn't really there for me.
Yeah.
I don't get a crunch when I bite.
It's super subtle, but there's quite a lot of levels to the cheese. The cheese is super creamy.
Another thing to add is that when they served it, it was still bubbling. You know, and it was very, very fresh. And until now, it's still steamy and everything, which is fantastic. Mac and cheese, it has to be eaten at the right temperature. Once it goes cold, everything hardens, the flavors are all lost. The thing with mac and cheese is that you can't get too big a serving because I think you get sick of the taste very fast. In Singapore, we say it's jelak. Jelak.
Would you order this as a main?
Personally, I would, because I'm crazy about mac and cheese and I really, really love mac and cheese. And they even have a little salad on the side, so that I think if you get sick of it, you can just jump across and then jump back, It's time for Seppi's Singlish review. 3, 2, 1 and go!
Are you damn shook, sia? Can you not?
Time for Jonathan's British review.
Okay. Sit upright, a little bit upright. Okay. Sort your tie out and okay.
Like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's swell.
So this is the version 2 mac and cheese, and apparently it's the Rolls Royce of mac and cheeses here.
It's the most expensive mac and cheese that they serve here. This tastes totally different from this.
Really, completely?
Completely different.
That feels a lot more heartier, and I can really taste the truffle, the truffle in that so much. It's super strong, it just kicks in right from the start. And it still has a lasting taste in my mouth, which I like, because I'm a fan of truffle.
The flavors are completely different, which is amazing. And the mushroom taste is damn nice. The truffle oil, whew!
Yeah, the truffle oil just adds a complete different dimension to it. Just a lot more pungent. The flavouring and smell is just a lot more vivid compared to this one.
It's still just as creamy, just as cheesy. I think that for both dishes, the key thing that's lacking for me is a variety of textures. The chewiness of the mushroom is very similar to the macaroni as well. There is a bit of bite, but not a lot.
I think you can also add bacon bits for $2 as well. Well, I think the ambience in here, I think it has a bit of a date setting.
Yeah, and it's right next to the 6th Avenue MRT exit, so it's very convenient. The portions here are very good. So as a main, if you really love mac and cheese, it's definitely a place that you can come.
And I think if you want something super cheesy, I'd go for the original one. But if you want something with a bit more depth and ingredients, I'd go for the second, the version 2, because there's a lot more elements going on.
I would say that if you want to get it on the side to share, you're not that big of a mac and cheese fan, then you get the old school, and then you get a main on the side to share as well.
We've tried both the hawker and restaurant mac and cheeses already. So what do you think of them in terms of quality first?
The restaurant, Little Diner, the quality was actually really decent. For me, it had everything I was looking for in a mac and cheese. It had the layers and it had the taste. It was crispy. It was just so creamy as well.
I think the only other really, really decent mac and cheese that I've had from a restaurant is actually from the Chop House, which I had in the previous episode. Till today, I think that one still takes the cake. And that's only a side, it's not even a main. No, for real, go and try the Chop House. I would say the quality of the truffle one is actually really, really good.
Yeah,
I think the way
true.
that they've cooked everything, the macaroni itself is fantastic. The cheese is also very, very creamy, stretchy. It's everything that you want.
It was super fragrant as well.
I think the creativeness of the fried mac and cheese was very interesting.
Yes.
And to me, for quantity, I think the 2 fried macaroni balls, those were only $4 and they were huge. Quantity wise, pass. Value for money wise is actually very different. Because to me, version 2 is worth the $20.
Yes, I think the version 2 had a lot more content. There was the mushrooms, then you had the truffle oil, and it was it smelled amazing. It was sizzling, and as soon as it came out, we were both kind of amazed by it. So our ultimate winner for this episode is
Little
Diner. If you enjoyed this episode of Hawker vs Restaurant, please remember to like, share and subscribe and watch all our other videos over there. What are you
Bye-bye.
Bye!